Hi, this is just a thank you video really. I take a big fat guess from the title of the video. I really should do more of these, but I've been putting it off because I've been doing other little projects that I don't know. I I get caught up in little things. I should have done this a long time ago. This is just a huge thank you to everybody who subscribed, to watches, who takes the time to leave a comment, who feels needed, that my video deserves even a like, deserves to be shared on social media. Even when you interact with me on social media, that actually means a lot to me too, because it's you know you, you I'm a complete stranger to you, and you just you felt needed to express what any form of feeling you had, to interact with me on that kind of level. And I don't know what I'm saying really. It's just nice that this is happening, and I kind of wanted to take this opportunity to also talk about where this channel's come from, where it all started, and all the little things I'm really proud of that have happened since I changed this channel from what it was before to Sega Pit. I'm not going to talk about what it was before, because it was all a test, trial and error, if you will. And then when I really discovered my footing, that's when things started to pick up. Because before, I was always under the 50 subscriber mark. I was nobody. I'm still a nobody, but I was more of a nobody. I On May 5th, 2014, I announced and I changed my channel from Antique Gamer Showcase to Sega Pit. And I'm really proud of that choice, because before I was just covering all styles of older games that I liked. Because at the time, and still now, I seem to really enjoy older games a hell of a lot more than the newer stuff. I still enjoy new stuff, but it's fleeting, because new stuff's just, it's been Hollywood. The gaming industry's been turned into Hollywood, but that's another topic for another time. But anyway, I was really proud because I love Sega. It started everything for me. So this progression of testing the waters, see how well I do on YouTube, to see if it's for me, to see if my personality is good enough, I felt as though it was. So to change this channel into a Sega fan channel seemed like a good move. And so I started to do Sega exclusive content. I know some people hate using that word because it's not really content, so Sega exclusive videos where I just talk about Sega, play Sega, that kind of stuff. And within a couple of months I reached my first 100 subscribers on June 30th of the same year, 2014. So whatever I did, it was working. I think finally following my passion of which company I adore the most and which games I know the most, it worked. I was gaining ground. I was interacting with the public a lot better than I was before, when I was covering all aspects. And I thought at this time, as well as creating Sega Pit, because I did reviews before I became Sega Pit, but they were very different to what they are now, and I didn't like them at all. I did about 11 of them, and each one I just got more and more annoyed with myself. So I changed the formula to something I could be more proud of, and that's when I thought of Sega Critic. And I announced it wasn't announced that that's what I'd be doing, but I did announce that a new series would be coming to the channel on July 6th of the same year, 2014. Now, at this point, I had no idea what I was going to do. I didn't know anything about reviewing games quote-unquote professionally, or even in an in-depth manner the way that most people do. Before, the stuff that I did was silly, dumb. I tried to be the funny guy on YouTube, which doesn't work. I mean, I didn't want that. I just wanted to be me. I didn't want to put on an act. It felt weird, but that was back then. So that's what I tried to do. That's the push I wanted to make for Sega Critic, not to mention the months of work on creating the intro and reaching out to the Blast processors for creating my intro music for me. They were really nice guys, and I should, point them out more often, because they don't get enough recognition, I feel. And yeah, it's just then deciding on what episode 1 should be. And then sure enough, a couple of months later, October 15th, 2014, I finished and uploaded Sega Critic Episode 1, which was Sonic the Hedgehog, the first game, 1991. And I felt like that was the perfect start, because that's where it all started for me. I played Sonic 1 as a very young kid. If I had my parents with me, I'd make them vouch, because even when I was a young baby, my parents would play the game, and my first word was Sega, which was, well, not really. I didn't have any teeth, so it was kind of Gega. So yeah, unfortunately they didn't have any recording, but yeah, apparently it happened in a morning at some point. I'll need to contact them and, well, I say contact, just talk to them. I should talk to them and find out the details about that. But yeah, Sonic is where it all started for me, first game. So, excuse me, I thought that would be the perfect start to a brand new series. And I still tried to put funny elements in there, because there was this man I used to know years ago who was just the actually guy. You know those guys. And I tried to incorporate him into the episodes. Like, if I said something that was socially controversial, I would have this imaginary character pop in and do a bit of banter. But I stopped that quite quickly. I think he only ever appeared in like 4 episodes, and then each episode I killed him off in a different way. But I don't know, I just lost touch with that. I didn't want to be the funny guy, and I think I still had that notion in me to, yeah, I could still be funny and professional, but I don't need to be, because it's, whatever I am will stem from whatever it is I stand for. And if I make people laugh along the way, then good. I don't have to force it. But when I did upload that video, it got so much traction. It was getting a shit ton of comments, loads of likes. It was the fastest growing video I'd ever made. At the time, it was growing very quickly, and I was ecstatic. I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh my god, this is incredible. I'm actually doing something right, it felt like at the time. So I started to create more. About 3 more, I think, on the same year. I think I released the Virtua Fighter 1 and 2 video in November, and I think I released my 10 favourite Master System games in December. And I think at that point I went on a bit of a hiatus because it was Christmas and I didn't want to work on the channel. I just wanted to relax. It was the end of the year. You know how it is, the last week of Christmas, New Year, just relaxing. But once the new year was over, I got contacted by someone which started a brand new series. So here's a bit of a story. I was contacted on Twitter by Elizabeth Silvers. And if you don't know who she is, Lizzie Silvers, just type her in on Twitter. Go to Twitter and just type in Lizzie Silvers. She contacted me through Twitter, and she saw my Sega Critic videos, and she wanted to know if I would do a special on her, like just an exclusive, if you will, on her, because her story is very grounded with Sega and Sonic. I don't want to spoil it, but if you want to hear it, go to Virtual Memory episode 1 and she'll tell you all about it. But that's where it all starts, because I found out at this point that I can't seem to do reviews on people. I can do reviews on things like movies, games, books, television shows, objects, hardware, stuff like that. But when it comes to people, I struggle a lot, it seems, and I've actually tried to do this a lot more right now, a couple of years in the future, and I'm still having a rough time. And that's when I decided that if I can't do a review on somebody, it still seems unfair that she reached out to me, this nobody on the internet, and asked this of me. So I decided to create my podcast series, The Virtual Memory, and had her as the first guest, explaining everything from her words. And, you know, as a podcast is, I sat and listened and gave my 2 cents when it was available. And that inflated like hell as well. The Virtual Memory video itself, the Lizzie Silvers one, is the most popular Virtual Memory still. And at this point, I felt like I could do no wrong. Really, it felt like everything I was doing was perfect. Like my first 3 Sega Critics, helping Lizzie talk about her troubled past, and creating, on a side note, a byproduct, if you will, a brand new show, which is still used today. I think there are 9 episodes of Virtual Memory now. So it was good. I was really happy with myself. I felt like I was being needed. I felt like I was part of the community, finally. Not before, when I was just randomly uploading whatever I want. But I still noticed that I didn't have any structure. Despite having these 2 shows that were obviously going to stick around and still have today, I still needed something structure-wise. Because before, I was still uploading whatever I wanted. And I can't do that. Because I lose track of stuff really easily, and if I don't have some sort of structure, I will just forget about it. So, on February 3rd of 2015, I decided to wipe my whole schedule list and start just focusing on these three main series: Sega Critic, Virtual Memory, and the new thing, the Let's Long Play videos. Because before I just did normal Let's Plays and chopped them up into little videos, but I didn't feel comfortable with that. I prefer, when it comes to my YouTube entertainment, I prefer lengthy, meaty content where I can just sit down and listen to whilst I do other things like podcasts. And sometimes I listen/watch to Let's Plays too, whilst I do things, whilst I type away. So, and what they say in industry is, I don't know if this is the exact words, but it's along the lines of, if there's something you want and that doesn't exist, then you make it. And that's what I did. There was so little that I specifically wanted out there. There was so little of it. So I decided to pursue it myself and also gain more footing as time went on, as more of a structure. And that's when I started to upload long plays of Sega games and non-Sega games, just games I know I can play and enjoy. And when I did that, April 2nd, 2015, I reached 200 subscribers. So whatever I was doing with the whole Sega Critic, with the virtual memory, with my new structure of uploads of Let's Plays, it was working. Because now I had 200 people subscribed to this nobody's channel. Yes, I don't even know what I was doing. I'll tell you the truth. It was just ridiculous. But not as ridiculous as this next part, because I didn't see this coming and it really did blow me away, and I felt like I was on top of the world at this point. At this moment in time, after I did the whole Sega Critic thing, I decided to start looking into other Sega channels on the internet. And this is when I discovered Sega Nerds, Sega Bits, Saturn Memories, DC Universe, let's see now, the Sega Channel, all those good people. A bunch of others as well, like Segaholic, Sega Scream. Oh god, I'm forgetting so many. Gunstar Hero. Damn, I know there's a few more, but they escape me, I'm sorry. But yeah, and when I said Sega Channel, because that's what not they are anymore, Sega Channel are no longer called that. They are called iRetroGamer.com, and I'm talking about them specifically because just 2 days after I hit 200 subscribers, they gave me a shout out on one of their videos. They did a series called Sega Scan whilst they were still Sega Channel, and it was on Dead Angle for the Master System. And they gave me a shout out at the end of their video. And a whole month later, well, sorry, not a month later. That's April, July, that's not how it works. April, June, July. So 2 months after, I gained 300 subscribers. So that was 50 subscribers in just 60 days. Sorry, 50 subscribers every 30 days. And for somebody as small as me, from a channel that I found to be a huge influence even still today, was such a nice feeling. It was such an honor to hear their voice say, you know, go visit our friends at the Sega Pit. You know, it's just like, I don't even know these guys. I've never spoken to them once, and they just flat out just give me a shout out specifically to me. And the link of the video they showed everybody was the Astal video, which was Sega Critic episode 4, which was very late within the first year. And that is still my most popular Sega Critic video to date, the one that got shouted out by iRetrogamer.com. And I think that's partly because, I think that's partly why I feel like doing shoutouts at the end of every one of my videos. Because even from the start, I do 3 shoutouts at the end of each Sega Critic of people I feel like at the time don't have many subscribers and deserve a hell of a lot more. And thankfully, some of those people are now huge now. I know 2 people, I'm not saying specifically me, who did it, because I'm nobody, look at the size of my channel. But what I mean is, people I wished to be bigger ended up being bigger, because I remember giving shout-outs to I Hate Everything when he had like only 10,000 subscribers, and now look at him, he's huge. God, he's like one of the biggest YouTubers on the internet. And at the time I also gave a shout out to Creeps McPaster, and at the time he was really small as well. He only had like 100,000 subscribers, and now look at him. I think he's approaching on 1 million now. It's incredible. So it's really nice to see these people that I feel like should be bigger end up being bigger. And I feel that way for all the people I try and shout out. They should be bigger on some scale. But sometimes that doesn't work, because YouTube is just a gambling game, if you think about it, and it's all about luck. But anyway, yeah, after the 300 subscriber mark, not a lot happened for the rest of the year. I just tried to carry on creating Sega Critic videos, carried on making Let's Plays, and tried to find people to go on the virtual memory. But despite all the support I was getting and all the people I was interacting with, I felt lonely. I felt like I was on my own, really, and I felt like the bigger the number I got in subscribers, the less I could deal with it, and I needed somebody, some people, to help me out with that. So during the new year, I was scanning on the internet for gaming websites, and at this time I stumbled across this Twitter account that had been following me for a short time, called the Retro Game Geeks, and I followed them back, and every post they made was like a spotlight on a game or multiple games a day, and that was really nice. I just felt like, wow, they're giving time to each one of these little franchises. And then when I saw one of their links saying like, come look at us, one of our members has made a review on our website, and I didn't know they had a website. So I clicked on that, and I found out that they had this little community of other creators, of other little people, really little people like myself, who like games, just games, new and old, even though the website is tailored for old, of course, but there's no, there's no differentiating. They had all these members with profiles, and each one of them had like some time on the website. Each one of them had written something. They had pieces on there, all tailored, and the website was structured in such a way that was really easy to follow. It's dead easy to find what you wanted to look for. I was blown away by it, and I was so enthralled and inspired by it that I contacted them through their the contacts page on their website, telling them how much I was impressed by their website and how I've been feeling lately, and I asked to join them. And I didn't really expect anything back, because it was just like, sometimes on the internet you find a community and they're so enclosed within themselves, and when they get to a certain size they're quite tight and they try not to let any people in. So that's what I expected. But a day later I got a reply back, and yeah, it let me in. Said, yeah, sure, no problem. And ever since then, January 2nd, ever since then I've come out of my shell a bit more, because I feel like I've met so many amazing people in this year. 2016's been a really sad year for all of us. A lot of bad things have happened, but at the same time, for me at least, I've made a lot of amazing friends on Twitter and all the social parts of the media. I've met so many people, and thanks to the Retro Game Geeks, I've managed to be interactive with people I thought I'd never be able to get a chance to talk to. Like all these other people like that have just made me feel. The Retro Game Geeks made me feel important. They made me feel empowered to approach these people that I look up to talk to them on my level as if they were friends from 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And because of this feeling and because of this approach that I have now, thanks to the Retro Game Geeks, I'm able to talk to these people I thought I'd never have a chance to talk to. And to be, quote-unquote, at least acquaintances with other channels that I look up to. And it's a really amazing feeling. And I couldn't be able to do that without them. And they're really good people. They listen, and if you need something, all you need to do is ask, and each one of them, they're so on ball, they just get it. And that's what I really liked about that. And so, after joining them, I noticed my subscriber count started to climb some more, because I was gaining footing. And thanks to the Retro Game Geeks, they were advertising, in a way, me every now and then, once they found something I did like. Once they found stuff I liked that I did, sometimes they advertised my pieces, like my Sega critics or whatever. And sure enough, I invited a few of the members to come on Virtual Memories, and again, it started to go through the roof. And something happened on April 8th that, if I told my little younger self that this would happen in the future, I think it would blow my mind. I got a package from Sega itself of a Sega hoodie, just a hoodie, and also a game card for a game I already owned, but it was the thought that counts. And I can see it now still. It's propped up against the bed, splayed out. A hoodie from Sega of Europe, from their Sega Central location. On the front it has the Sega logo on it, and on the back it has the Sega Central on the back. It's just the company that I've been hounding and supporting for so many years finally reached out to me, a fucking nobody, and gave me a gift. I don't know what for. As if to say thanks, perhaps. I don't know. That's why it blew my mind. It was really a pinnacle point, and a lot has happened, and a lot has happened in this short space of time, these 2 years that I've decided to become Sega only. A really lot has happened. I've grown from nothing to almost 400 subscribers, and I was at 400 until the purge that happened on June the 28th this year. Because if you guys don't remember, on June the 28th this year, last month, there was a YouTube purge and a lot of YouTubers lost subscribers. I think I was on 410 or something, and now I'm back to what you see now. So I was on 400, which felt great, and then YouTube decided to take some people away from all of us. But the point is, I've come such a long way, and despite the decisions that I've made, the only thing that I know that for certain is the reason that I've gone anywhere is because of people watching. It doesn't matter that I made Sega Critic, Virtual Memory, or joined the RGG group. None of that would matter if people weren't interested. If nobody was watching, if nobody was liking, nobody was commenting, if nobody was interacting, if there was nobody there to watch, listen, or witness, I wouldn't be here talking for half an hour, spilling my guts, beans and tears on my past life experiences, my achievements, if you will, on the past 2 years that I've been doing this version of this channel, the Sega Pit. And I thank you all so much, and I really don't know what to do back, because the Sega Critic is the best thing I can do with the funds that I have. I wish I could do more. There's so much I wish I could do more. I have plans for specials that I wish to achieve, but I'm poor. I'm a broke man in one of the poorest cities in England. I don't know what else I can do apart from just keep up what I'm doing now, and hopefully in the future I get a break and I'm able to repay you all with a really overdue video. So in the meantime, this is the best that I can do. And I know I've said it before, but I really do mean it. So every one of you watching, you made this happen. Every one of you. It's not me. I'm just a nobody. This is honestly one of the nicest things I think has ever happened to me. Just the support of strangers, and it really does refill my faith in humanity. It really does. Thanks for watching me blab. Listen to me blab for so long. I'll be back with more stuff. I don't know when. I don't really have a scheduled deadline, but you know me, I'm always posting something. Eventually. Have a good day, everybody. You deserve it. Every one of you. Goodbye.